What's up, YouTubers? Here, Kenny from the Dyslexic Investor here, and we are looking at Tesla. Tesla just had a fantastic quarter, blowing out the water with the estimates that they had, that Wall Street analysts had on the street, blowing past deliveries from the Model 3 and even the X and the S's. And the demand is growing, as a lot of people were worried that the demand after Q1 of 2019 that it would go down. So let's just take a quick look at the chart. Then we're going to look at some charts of delivery dates and go some through the analysis that came out from the earnings report and what Tesla is saying. Technically speaking, Tesla basically bottomed here. Again, the lowest point here, you see here with the stochastical here at the very bottom, it's been grinding lower, and it literally coincides with a 3-year low, basically right there. It's not the dead low, it beat the low just by a couple points here, by like I think it's like 50 cents. What is this at? Yeah, basically 42 cents. It matched this right here, and again, this is on a weekly chart, a 3-year weekly chart. You can kind of see here that this was it was literally a time to buy, and you can also see here on the RSI right here that it indicated a oversold. That doesn't mean that always you should just dive in and buy. This is just one factor of to jump in and to look at the company. It did have good news, so I'm just not using just all technical charting stuff, but I'm using also what you hear and see. And you saw that it had a huge bounce up. Didn't break through any crazy moving averages on the weekly chart, but on the daily chart, let's go back here, it came back around. So again, the yellow line is very important to me. The purple line is also very important. Got in close to around the $200 level once this purple crossed the yellow, was also a huge indicator of a strong, very strong move to stay. And if it continued, that purple line went to the top right hand side of the screen. Fantastic. So this is just, let's look at a more in-depth chart. Let's do a 5-minute chart here. So let's just do this. So this is just today. Opened up, everyone knew that they're going to have earnings report, and it came down, so a lot of the market did kind of start off slow today. So that kind of did, again, it kind of went with the market, but then it just chopped around majority of the early morning to mid-afternoon. But then it got a nice little pop here around 2 o'clock ish, after I think some people were probably getting out of their shorts. Like, a lot of people don't want to hold into earnings because it sometimes, especially with Tesla, is quite a wild card. So and that could be seen as rolling the dice. But then if we pop out over here, I'm going to zoom back out. Earnings come out, it jumps from $224. It closed at $224.55 on the top here, and then this sucker just popped all the way up, literally $20 at the very peak here, which again, this could definitely push through this level tomorrow. I really believe, even after Elon and the company speaks, I think they're really pushing it, like, hey guys, like, Tesla's here to stay, don't worry, we're gonna get stuff in order. The Model 3 stuff is behind us. The all the other reports that came out, this is a really good sign that they turned things around between Q4 or the first quarter of 2019. So currently trading at $240, and let's just take a look on what actually got them to this point here. So we're going to look at this chart here, right here. So this is basically Tesla's vehicle sales. So I think Wall Street estimated, what was it, like 72-ish, 73,000, that's a substantial amount of cars, but they beat it by a couple thousand, which is fantastic. You can see here that this is what the worry was, that they ramped up production. They were making a bunch of Model 3s, and that kind of peaked out here in like the end of 2018, and then they saw a slight slide down in the beginning of 2019, which people honestly thought that that was a sign to get out, and the best was behind due to production issues, due to tariffs, due to all kinds of shenanigans at the company, with Elon being sued, having to remove his Twitter, can't with the SEC stuff and all that doodads. But then it just literally just took a break and just popped up, and it just went flying through. You do see the Model X and S's didn't really pop as much as the other Model 3s, which is, again, Tesla said multiple times that the margins are of course higher on these, but their main focus is to get the production of all those cars up and running. So basically, in total, this quarter they produced nearly 87,000 cars, and they delivered 95,000 cars. So that's quite a substantial amount, and the stock was up in excess of again to 7 to 8% depending on when you looked at it. And this little chart here actually does a little better job. And this is just you can kind of see here the Model 3 S's have just been really quite stagnant and actually going down once the Model 3s came into play. You can kind of see here that these Model 3s just really took over. So everyone was just projecting of like this would do 55, and this would go 60, and this would be like 70, and then 80, But this little hiccup here really flushed a lot of things out, which kind of goes back here that you can see from this little, let's do daily. So this is like this area in here. So this is the last quarter they had right here, and it just came flushing down due to their concerns of lack of sales, lack of demand, and so forth. But that being said, that is not clearly an issue here. You see deliveries are moving up, again, higher numbers. Not with concerning, Q1 was concerning. Tesla shooting out, saying thanks to all these new Tesla owners. I know firsthand 2 or 3 people who got their Teslas this quarter, and I have to give them high five tomorrow at work to get those short squeezers out of this the stock. Looking forward for Tesla, I feel that the next sign of resistance could be the 270 marker. In the short term, maybe around the 250-ish marker. This area here, the 250, 255, could be a little bit of resistance. It's currently trading, I believe, what was it at? Let's go back here. Let's go to like an hourly. Yeah, 240. So that 240 marker is right about here. So this is going to take a little bit to be pushed that the extra another 30-ish points higher, which it can easily be done depending on the tariff wars. It is going to be slightly higher on a basis of the overall of everything else. I want to see what the RSI reading says tomorrow on how if it starts touching the red, because usually you can kind of see here it kind of hit the limit here. It almost touched outside of higher RSI reading, and it can hug this line for quite some time, but you can kind of see here in the past that if it ever did hug it, it really didn't go much further. So that's my concern there. So we'll do an update tomorrow on how it trades tomorrow. Again, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to consider subscribing. Don't forget to hit the like button. Again, this is Ken signing off. Have a blessed evening. Catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.